We've been talking about retrieval all afternoon, really. That's one of the main things you're involved in doing. Every time you're changing a view, you're doing retrieval, really. I've broken it up here into two main categories. The first, where you have a known destination. The second, where the destination is unknown. These really present two different problems, and there are different commands in the system, naturally, to take care of these two different things. Let's open this up. Take a look at what we have under here. Oops.
Good.
Got both direct and indirect. In the first, where you're making an explicit specification, and the second with an implicit. Explain what I mean by this. In the first case, you're actually able to point at what you want at the information you're trying to retrieve and move it into view. With the jump to identity command, you're able to point at it either by the cursor or by using a pointer, as you've shown. Jump to name, jump to link. Again, you're explicitly specifying by giving the name or having the name occur in the text. For implicit specification, by this I mean using information that's been stored by the system in order to specify where you want to go. In the first case, the information has been stored in the form of a memory of what you've been doing recently, so that you're able to say, jump to the view that I just previously had. So I can say jump return, and it'll take me back to the view, or jump return, and I go to the view that I had just before that, or I can say jump ahead and move back down again. Jumps referring to the structure. By this I mean the structure of the file, so that you're able to say, take me to the successor of the statement I'm pointing at, or to the head of this branch. Things like that. Content analysis, we've covered quite thoroughly. Let's go on to the other main branch of retrieval that we're talking about. Here again, I've broken it into direct and indirect. This is the case where the destination is unknown. By this I mean you don't know where the information is, but you're able to describe it, or you know enough about it that you can find it either in a hierarchy or by describing it with keywords. By the use of a hierarchy here, I mean working down through the hierarchical structure of the file, making use of the categorization that's built into the file. This we've seen several times. Let's, just as another example to really make this clear, we've talked about the desire to get hard copy of a file, wanting to get something printed out. There's quite a large system that takes care of making a file for hard copy. You're able to specify how you want the hard copy to look by giving various directives. One of the things you might want would be Roman numeral page numbers. So let's go off to a directive file and see what the directive is to get Roman numeral page numbers. I'm into the file now. Here's the first level of the hierarchy. Let's open up page formatting. We want page numbering, so we'll open that up. We find, yes, here it is, Roman numerals. We find out the directive. Yep, your bug's right on it already, Doug. Here's the directive we want. So we've worked down quite a way into a hierarchy, as you can see. This is quite a nice way to be able to very quickly find what you're after. Let's go back to the previous file now. Look at this last type. By keywords and associative reordering, I mean the use of terms from a specified vocabulary to describe what it is that you're after. Perhaps the best way to show this would be just to draw a little picture. The keywords can be selected from a list. we'll put the list over here. You can have any number of keywords. I'll just put down that just to give an idea of what it is. And then we also, oops, I spelled that one wrong.
Need any help?
Yeah, how do you spell catalog? There it is. Is that close enough? There will be several items in the catalog. What we want to do then is select things out of this catalog.
What do the R's stand for?
Those are the numbers that are used, just like serial numbers. That's my own Dewey Decimal System.
Oh, you mean reference 3, reference N, something?
All right, right.
Oh, okay.
And then the K, I guess, would be keyword, huh? How's that?
That's fine.
Each keyword, then, will point to various items in the catalog. So the first keyword may point to those, and then the nth keyword will point to other ones. And there will be cases where they both point to the same one. When I select a keyword, I'm specifying that all of the items in the catalog that it refers to will be pulled out and given to me. And in the cases where I've selected several keywords that refer to one particular item, that item will be given special preference and will be put at the head of a list. And then with that list of items from the catalog, I'll be able to use the other forms of retrieval and jump off and look at the items and then continue the exploration. Okay, let's actually go ahead and do that. I'll go back to the systems guide file. We mentioned earlier that there is a large part of that that's concerned with finding things. This is our documentation index for the NLS system. It's broken into the two parts, the catalog and the list of keywords. The catalog is just a long list that goes off the screen that contains links off to the various items in the documentation. There's actually an entry here for each procedure in the system.
Hey, this is the same file that Jeff was looking at, isn't it?
Right. Let me.
System guide for programmers to find things in.
There's your same picture. Let me get down here. There we are. See, the first part is the catalog. The second part contains the list of keywords. Let's open that up. They're again categorized into the various categories that you would want to use to describe what you're after. Let's look at file handling and open that up. Here we have the list of keywords that we can use to describe things that have to do with file handling.
The things in parentheses, the names of those are the keywords?
This is just a name that's used to keep track of it. It can be, the keyword can be referenced from any place in the text by this name. Then there's a phrase following that that's a little more descriptive that tells what it's about. Then following that, there's a list of the items in the catalog that are referred to by that keyword.
Yeah, you're only looking at one line for each statement, so you
Right.
see the first few. Right.
So now I'm able to actually select the keywords that I want to use to describe what I'm interested in. I can do that just by pointing at it. Then it writes the word up here, and another command accept to accept it. I can just accept file control, and I've already accepted file referencing. I'm able to, I'm also, we still on?
Yes? We hear you.
So somebody hung up on us.
How do you say go ahead with a mouse?
We're on?
Yes.
Doug, you back? Doug can't hear yet? Oh, okay. So I've selected several keywords here. I can go ahead and give particular keywords greater weight. The weighting refers to how important that keyword is in describing what I'm after. So I can give this one a weight of 2, whereas this one previously will just have a weight of 1. That means that the items that are referred to by this keyword will occur earlier in the selection when we're finished. Okay, let's go ahead now say, keyword execute, this will go off and get the items out of the catalog and reorder them. And there we have the results. Now I can use these to jump to various places in the file. I'm still in the systems file. The item here is the name of the utility. So I can jump and get the information about that utility in the file,
Well, you were
find out various things about it, go back to the previous view, and now if I want to go up and get the information, I just do a jump link on this. And here I have the documentation on that particular procedure. After looking at that, I can go back again and now I'm set up again to go and continue looking. I can look at the next item. And here I've got the results on that. So I can continue to proceed in this way, looking at the various documentation and going back and continuing to explore, or I can re-specify the search parameters and look at new keywords. Well, Doug, I don't know if you survived through that. We had the operator, the telephone company, hung up on us, I think, halfway through. You still back on?
Yeah, I guess we better come back, and I'm sorry I can't say goodbye to Bill.
Oh, I can hear you now.
Oh, good.
There you go. You've been talking all this time?
I saw when you leaned over and hung up the phone for a while, so I couldn't interrupt you. All right. Well, thanks. I'm sorry that we're pushed when we're trying to describe each of the features in this system. This particular one, the keyword, is very powerful and could very well warrant a whole session or a whole paper on itself, because it gives us the power of keyword descriptor kind of organization, but with the added feature of giving weights to the keywords so the results of the search, as you see right here, are ordered so that this one ended up meeting the most requirements and adding the most weight, and down here could be one that only associated with one of the descriptors and the lowest weight one at that. So you have an ordered list that's probably relevance. And then right with this, all the links, use that as a link to go off to the file to find it. This is a directory of a set of procedures. So here's the procedures. Here's a list of procedures for those keywords he chose that all describe certain things about file handling. And this will take you off in the actual source code. Looks like Don Andrews wrote them all in his files, the name of the place in his files, and the views that you should open up so that when you follow this on a jump to link, you just see bingo, the overall view of that procedure. And then as he pointed out, instead of saying jump to link, you can jump to a name within this file where these things have descriptive material about that too. So I think for the software guide, it's very powerful. And thanks very much, Bill.
Very good, Doug.
And